Hello there, everyone. This is Big Benedict. We're resuming our quest on God of War Ascension. You see that machete right there? You may want to take that and keep it until the next chapter, because there's a very difficult part in the next section of the game. It's in Chapter 4, but you can carry your sub-weapons as long as you want to until you use them. But I wouldn't say it's imperative that you have the machete, but it's going to help you out. It could possibly help you out, so you might want to take that and just not use it, but just keep it in your arsenal. So this is the chapter, the third chapter. It's entitled "The Bunkhouse," and we're going to be pulling on this chain now. But we are going to be interrupted presently by a Cyclops. And remember that you can block and parry all of the Cyclops' attacks. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm not going to tell you to do that because obviously you can't. It's just one of those things with this monster here. You gotta evade every one of his attacks, and he's got a lot of HP. So see how he stunned me right there. You got to watch out for that. So basically, it's just pretty simple stuff. You just hit, evade, and then repeat. Ad infinitum, ad nauseum, however you want to consider it. But when we subdue this guy, we're going to be mounting him and riding him. They introduced that concept in God of War 3, and it was interesting the first time I did it, but I never really enjoyed it when I was doing it. There's even a trial in God of War 3 entitled Knockout, where you have to subdue a Cyclops really quickly and then knock a bunch of enemies off the platform. It doesn't work whatsoever. It works, but it's just horrible. I really don't know what they're going for here. It feels like they're making the controllers less responsive on purpose because this guy is resisting all your attempts to control him. Because while you're on him, you have to keep hitting him to make him move. So I think he's obviously he doesn't want you on him, but you're using him to kill a bunch of enemies that are on the floor. So just sweep them all up and kill them all, and then once they're all dead, you're going to auto kill this guy. The game's going to let you auto kill him. But I've just never enjoyed it. I don't know. I just some things you enjoy more than other things in a game like this, but. This is by far, I think it's going to be the best game of the year so far anyway. But I've been enjoying the hell out of it. But yeah, about the machete part, you might want to take that with you into the next area. We're going to be doing quite a few more things, but you're not going to have to use that. So it can, like I said, it's not imperative that you take it, but it might help you out, so you might want to take it. And I actually am redoing this chapter to get that particular weapon, and that's why I said it's not imperative, because I did succeed in the next part, and I'll discuss it in time. But what I want to discuss here is kind of an incidental note. A lot of reviewers gave this game kind of poor remarks because they thought that Kratos' anger level was lessened in this game, and it is. And I want to also point out this. Look at this hand gesture of Kratos. Look how compassionate that is. He doesn't have to say anything, but it's an act of compassion, and just he didn't want that guy to get slain. But I really think that they lessened his anger in this game because a lot of people were drawn off by it. They just thought, what's the use of this guy being angry in every single game? It's just over the top angry. They're trying to draw more people in by the multiplayer, and I think they're also trying to draw more people in by making this guy less of like a jackass and just yelling all the time. But that was never a complaint that I had. I liked him yelling and stuff and cutting people's heads off. That's what this game's all about. It's having fun. So this brute here, this beast, he's in three forms here. This first form, they're all very similar to one another. He has two, arm hands or whatever they are. When he traps you like this, it's actually a really good opportunity to just kind of stay in the middle and then evade to the left or right and then deal a lot of attacks. More than likely, your rage meter is going to be up during this whole battle. Because you're constantly going to be hitting him or killing the bugs that spawn in the next phase of the fight. So there's three phases. They're each broken by a checkpoint, so it's very nice and convenient. But I died many, many times on these fights because normally you're killed in one hit, and you notice I have hardly any health in my health bar, but that didn't even really concern me too much because I knew that one hit would kill me anyway. Even if I had pretty much a full health bar. So it doesn't, like some of, like his main, like if he stabs down at you, you're pretty much guaranteed to get killed. If he does the swipe with his tail across the arena and it hits you, you're dead. So now he throws beetles at us. You know, this guy, he needs help, so he summons lackeys. It's just like in Ninja Gaiden. The bosses, you know, they're already fearsome enough, but they have to have help. You know, they gotta have help. So this guy needs help. I guess he needs help from the beetles, so we need to take out the beetles. I would focus on the beetles if I were you. Just keep grabbing the beetles, because even if he's sliding his hand across the arena, and even if it connects with you directly, if you're in an animation of the beetle killing, you're completely invulnerable. You have iframes the whole time, so that hand will just go right through you. So it's all good. So just take care of all the bugs, get the iframes, because you can be invincible for the majority of all of these fights when he has the last two phases of the fight. You're going to be completely invulnerable. But there will be times when, you know, you're not killing a bug and you have to, you know, make appropriate decisions about evading. But you do need to be hitting him when there's no bugs around, and if you know he's just kind of doing that taunt like he's doing right there, it's a great opportunity to hit him. He's going to summon some more bugs right now, so it's the same scenario here. I think this was on the second. This was on the same exact take, so I didn't die. That happened a couple of times actually. So there's plenty of room to work with here. You know, it's really chaotic. But if you just focus on the bugs, you see how I'm kind of he was not doing much at that particular moment a moment ago, so I just kept hitting him. I knew I had the rage meter. You see the rage meter? I don't think it's dipped much at all. So we're pretty much enabled to do the triangle times 3 move as much as we want to. We have iframes across the board. But it's really not easy. It's not, because you're going to get times when the bugs, you're just going to be out of the bug killing animation. The grab detection is so impeccable in this game, as it is in every God of War game. It really is. So that's not an issue. It's just kind of getting, you know, proper circumstances to line up with things that are going to make you succeed. I don't know if you fail these quick time events, if you have to do the fight over something. You know, anytime you kill a boss and then there's quick time events afterwards, they should always give you a checkpoint, because it's really easy to press the wrong button. You know, I know it's third grade shit, but and they give you the proper amount of time to press the buttons. It's not like God of War 1 or even God of War 2 where they just don't give you enough time. But now we're going to be going into the next phase of the level. Part 2 of the level is not too bad at all. In fact, it's remarkably easy. There is one treasure chest that I missed the first time when I was playing this, and just to let you guys know how much I care about my guide, I replayed this entire chapter twice to get that treasure chest up ahead. Because I knew I was trying to figure out how to get it, and I'm one of those people. I refused. I don't look anywhere about how to get anything. I went through this whole game, solved every puzzle by myself. You know, I've never done that before. It makes you so. It's so rewarding to figure out a puzzle that's stumping you. It truly is. That's why this guide, you know, it wasn't up within a couple days of the game's release, because I took my time with it. I've been waiting 3 years for this game. I paid my $60 for it. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it, and I'm going to. But anyway, after this little scene over here, this is where the treasure, the red treasure box is, the red box of orbs. So you need to go over here to the left, and there's a staircase here. And make sure you get up here. If you miss this treasure chest and then the elevator lift starts going up, it's going to haunt you. It really is. It's gonna, because you know you're not going to be able to get it. The first time I went through this level, it would, you know, they show it to you. It's visible the whole time. And I'm like, okay, there better be a point where I can jump off this goddamn elevator and get my red orb chest, because I'm not going to be missing any chests in my playthrough. Oh yeah, right here, by the way, the dog was off screen. I didn't know he was over there hiding. These beetle dogs here. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I restarted the level. Here's what happened. I restarted the level. Then I got to the next. I got to the next section where, as I mentioned earlier, there's a really difficult part. So then I had to restart this chapter, going to level 4 with the machete, and it worked out a lot better for me to have that particular weapon. So there's a treasure chest right there. It looks like it's still, available for use, but you can't, and there's no getting off this lift anymore. So that was a perplexing thing, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pass up this chest. I said to my viewers in video number 1 that I'm going to be getting every single chest, every chest that has all the phoenix feathers, every chest that has the Gorgonized, every hidden artifact, every note, because it's really imperative that you get all the not only the red treasure chest, but it's also imperative that you get all of the phoenix feather and Gorgonite chests as soon as possible, so you can start reaping orbs from those chests instead of the items once you max out on the items, so we can fill up all of our items. I wasn't able to fill up all my items in my campaign on hard mode because I missed a few things, as happens on a first playthrough. But this time I'm dedicated, and I really like the chapter select option in this game. It's the first time also that there's no real save. Normally there would be a save, like a Halo, where you would go into it and save it, but it's not the case here. And I guess it's about time that this game went into that kind of mode. Now a feature like that doesn't help me as a guide maker, because if I pass something up, then I can't go back unless I restart the chapter. Manually saving is not an option here, but that chapter select is sure helpful for me as a guide maker, because I can just, if I need to start a chapter over and if I'm not doing well, I can just go into the select screen and just select whatever chapter I want to. So it's really nice. Anyway, I apologize for speaking over the battle with the beetle dogs, but all it is pressing R1 and grabbing them. It's a real safe thing to do. There is a chest once we get on top of health, so it's going to give you some orbs back, but we're not done fighting the dogs, I don't believe, here. So this is kind of one of the instances where you might want to throw dogs into the grinder if you want. Don't even worry about having to. Once you link onto them, it's just gonna automatically kick. So no other action is required of you as far as a button press. But now we're gonna go up here, and I've never died on this, but it's always a close call. It's always made that way to make you feel. It really makes you feel like you've got fire under your feet and you need to hustle your ass up here, and you really do, because they made this so tight here that I've never died, but it's always, I'm feeling the sweat dripping down my forehead, figuratively, of course. But anyway, so that's the end of the level, actually, and then we're going to be going to the next level, chapter 4. But I hope this has helped you out, and I hope that you didn't miss that chest that I had to retrace my steps and get. But I'm looking out for you as a guide maker. I want you to succeed, and I'll succeed, and we'll all succeed, and we'll all continue to rip people's heads off.